Hey guys, EST here, and it's officially the holiday shopping season once again, so you, like me, might find yourself shopping for a prepper in your life. And we all discover pretty quickly that the golden rule of that is if they don't have it already, it's probably because it's too expensive, which can make holiday shopping a little out of budget. So I thought the spin I'll put on this video for this year is getting it done for cheap while also mixing it with things that they might not have thought of, kind of like a blind spot. Well, golden rule number two is I didn't know I needed that until I saw it. Oh, and this entire video is not sponsored, obviously. I should probably mention that. If there's a product in this video, it's because it's actually good. I say that because Sawyer water filters, they're definitely decent. They probably have these. If they don't, they're not a prepper. What are they doing without water? So this is an example of what not to get them unless you're pretty sure that they only have one or something. I don't know. Oh, let's get this out of here. But what they might not have is this beautiful 10 watt, although I measured it at about 6 to 8, USB output capable solar panel. It's flexible, it's durable, it's basically made out of like cutting board material. You can hang it. It's got suction cups, and it was, I think, under 20 bucks. It's just got a little circuit in there that dumps it off to a 5-volt USB. So that'll keep anything charged. And while we're on the topic, I mean, we've all seen $100 flashlights, and honestly, completely unnecessary. Here's an $8 one I got from China. It's pretty decent, very durable. It's basically indestructible. I think I have 6 of them and haven't broken one yet. And they take 18650 batteries, usually with a conversion kit for the AAAs, but yeah, there you go. So get them a couple of those, and then along with it, because nobody uses 18650s, get them a couple 18650s, preferably used off the shelf. They're way too expensive. And then a little charger, a little USB charger. Perfect. If you want to go a little fancier and let them charge, 2, 3, 4 at a time, there are better ones out there. But next up, do they have a way to transport water? Nice little canteen there. It's not actually military surplus, but you can get some pretty good milsurp stuff. You can't boil in it, so I got a pretty good price on that, but yeah, it's pretty indestructible. I don't think that'll be leaking anytime soon. Running out of room here, but alright, nice weather radio. Preferably one that cranks would be nice. I have like 3 of these. This one I got for, I think, like $1 at a thrift store, but it's brand new sealed. So I actually don't know what it runs on. I got it really recently and didn't check. I'm already kind of set, but yeah, I could actually give this out right now for Christmas. I might. I hope my family doesn't watch this. Oh crap, they do. Well, you can never have too many button cell batteries, CR2032s. They run my scope, they run my red dot. I don't know about the people you know, but I always leave mine on, so almost every time I go to the range, I'm going to need one of these. Next up, the one nobody thinks about, a sewing kit. I got that pretty darn cheap, but you can get much smaller ones to just do patchwork, because if your clothes are falling apart and falling off, that's bad. Clothes are kind of considered part of shelter, protection from the elements, and if you don't have that, well, it's shocking how many people forget this, and let me just go off on that tangent for a second. Everybody likes showing off their prepper supply collections, so get a look at theirs if you can, and then see what they're missing. Like, see what the blind spots are in their gear, because, I mean, maybe they don't have water filters, who knows? Like I said, they'd be insane. But what if they just don't have water pre-filters? What if they think, like everybody does, that water filters are magic and go from toxic waste sludge to drinkable, which is not true. And when it says, 1,000 gallons on it, that's if you don't put basically dirt water through it. So, yeah, pre-filtering. Coffee filters. They actually make the triangular flat ones much better. And, well, it is fall, so of course I've got some seeds, but, would I give out pepper seeds and rhubarb seeds? Probably not. The amount of calories in there are non-existent. What you want to do is heirloom beans right there. Beans are the key. They're the easiest to grow, even if they're not a gardener. And if they are a gardener, get nuts with it. Give them every seed you got. But as far as high-calorie foods, I would maybe put carrots in it. Otherwise, it's pretty much just beans, corn, and potatoes. Not much other than that, unfortunately. Next up, a fire starting kit, and I'm talking about like the lightest, most portable, easiest, alternative. Like, yeah, they might have a brick of 25 lighters and call it a day and say, well, that'll never run out. But, some cotton balls coated in petroleum jelly, and then a magnesium fire starter. If you haven't seen my video on that, wow, do those go up. And then if you want to throw in a knife too with it, that would be a nice thing to do. It does have a striker, but knives work way better, and the bigger and heavier the knife, the better. I found that out. And you want to talk about easy and cheap. I mean, geez, that's like $2 maybe. I guess if you want to go on the expensive side, what prepper doesn't love more ammo? But I mean, I have a lot of ammo. If somebody got me ammo as a gift, it would actually be kind of weird. They clearly have never been to my house. But this is a nice, tough waterproof case, and these are hollow points. In fact, I think these are subsonic hollow points, which are way quieter. You can hear them from a much less significant distance. I don't have to say why quieter ammo might be more important in a prepper environment. Hopefully, that's obvious to you. Next up, off-the-shelf food kits, way too expensive. Here you go, DIY. I keep pushing it in every video because why not? If you haven't done it yet, I mean, oatmeal, rice, noodles, dry beans, you could live off that almost forever. Vitamins and minerals, you're going to be lacking a little bit, but amino acids, it'll actually cover it with pinto beans at least. But this right here, over 5,000 calories. What did it cost me? 50 cents a pound plus the Mylar, which is about 18 cents, plus the oxygen absorber, which is about 11, and a little bit of time. So it's mostly labor. If you like, oh, I put a lot of time into this so it makes a cool gift, but also it's practical, boy, can't do much better than that. And if they're good on food, which is weird, most people don't have like a million calories sitting there, this is full of 40 multivitamins. There you go. I don't know if the shelf life is quite 30 years like it is with those, but in theory, it would be longer than any other storage method if they don't get them hot. Next up, prepper clothing. Here we go. TAC 511s. I love them. That's just what I reached for. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. They're really nice, but they're really expensive, but they're kind of worth it. That said, I've never bought one brand new ever. I got a couple at thrift stores, but otherwise I just liked them so much. I think I've got like 5 different pairs, insulated, different styles, ripstop, all that. I think I paid between 20 and 35 for each set of these on eBay, so decent price. But yeah, TAC 511, my absolute favorite by far. Here's the tag. That's upside down. You'll just have to deal with it. It's also probably 511. Can you tell they didn't sponsor me? Next up, the one everyone forgets, incredibly lightweight cookware. This is about 4 ounces. What is that in grams? I don't care. And this one is ridiculous. It's actually tied together. This is just cheap stamped plate aluminum. No, Teflon coating or anything. But man, you will just boil water in there. You could put all kinds of like medical supplies in there, turn it into a thing, invert it, whatever, goes in a backpack. This probably weighs about 2 ounces. No joke. That is about what it is. So lightweight aluminum cookware, also really heavy cast iron stuff, which, I mean, yeah, that's also a really good present, just saying. It takes forever on a limited fire to warm up. Now, it maintains its heat, so it's cool. You can kind of control it better. It's more steady. It's not as just up and down and crazy. But if you were to try to cook on this over, well, we found out candles don't really work very well, but one single sterno cooker, you might just barely be able to boil water. With 2 of them, no problem. And yeah, brand new, good luck, pretty expensive. It's not too bad to ship these, though, that's the thing. But used, man, if somebody doesn't mind used cookware, if it's for an emergency only, I mean, if this is nicer than the cookware they use on a daily basis, they're going to feel like it shouldn't go in their backpack. So I got no problem getting used stuff like this and giving it out, Feel it out in case you got really stuck up friends or who'd be like, hey, you got to be used cookware, or they know what that costs at thrift stores. But, get them one of everything in this video, probably be under $100. I just paused the video and did the math. Yes, we're well under $100. That's if you include the ammo. And lastly, the #1 thrift store find. They are just giving these away. Little cube duffel bags. Let me get a better shot. So I've got all kinds of stuff in here. Feel free to fill it up. Everybody loves just a good kit. And the thing is, what kind of prepper wouldn't have like a go bag, a bug out bag, a backpack, whatever? But if they have a backpack, get them a super heavy, like large duffel bag, like this big or bigger, with like maybe I have an extra minute to get out. It's not just grab the backpack, it's on the hook by the door, go. You want to have the backup one where it's just like, well, we have 5 minutes to evacuate. Well, what do we grab? We grab the bigger, heavier one. Otherwise, if you leave it behind, okay, then you must really be in a hurry. And this is a little insulated too. I got this for, $3.99 at the Goodwill. Heck yeah, that was actually really expensive. If you have one where it goes by the pound, I've been to those. This is basically nothing. So it was like a really nice high-end backpack, like an Ogio or something. I got one for $2 there, and I think it retails for $75. Dang, I mean, people are just getting rid of bags left and right. Even laptop bags, but this cube style, you can fit more on this. Laptop bag, there's unnecessary dividers. This is dirty because I got it dirty. It was actually in really good condition when I got it. I think you can strap stuff to this, and if I recall, this was a really good brand. I even got a really good deal a couple years ago at a gun show on like a really tough duffel bag. So, it didn't break the bank. It was like $20 to $30, and it's huge. It's so big I couldn't even fit it on camera. So that's my like 50 pound. It's going in the back of the car. I've got time in this bag. I could live out in the woods for 30 days with it, kind of bag. So let's go to what's not pictured here, which nice fleece blanket. You can get like weird prints for stuff that was popular for a bit or some movie series that crashed hard. You could always get them at the liquidation stores brand new for like, oh, what did I pay for the last ones? I don't even want to say what brand it was because I'm actually about 12 and I sold a lot of them on eBay so far. But I think it was $4.99 brand new. Yeah, I kept a couple for myself. I mean, staying warm, throw it in the car. I mean, the other thing is look at my winter kit video if you just want to put together a winter kit because they're, I don't know, not going to do that. But only if you live in somewhere that has a true actual winter. But another thing is a paper atlas. You can still get them. Amazon, eBay, even some gas stations. They're around $20. I got one that covers the entire U.S. I showed it off in another video, and yeah, I should probably get a second one because if I keep it in my car, I could have another one here in case my car is away. It's just a nice thing to have. Now, you got to give it to a prepper. You got to give it to the right person because if you just give somebody a book full of maps, they'll be like, okay, what century is it? We have phones now? Speaking of that, you could give someone an old phone. You can get just an old working phone for $20-30 on eBay. Even buy one that specifically has a non-clean MEI, which means it can't be activated unless the person pays off the former bill. If you want recommendations, I mean, Samsung has some issues with older batteries, but I don't know, so does LG kinda. But those are the two I tend to stick to. Something low end because it's low power and a small screen would actually be really smart. And good condition means low usage. But then you just get a micro SD, throw it in the slot. You got a bunch of maps on there. Download an offline map database or just an app real quick, and then well, there you go. You don't need internet or Wi-Fi. You just got it. And plus, you got GPS. You got a flashlight in it. It's actually pretty cool. You could just put all kinds of prepper books on it. Informational brochures, or that's not the right term. Like guides on edible stuff and, foraging and first aid guides and stuff you could read if you're just out in the woods or in an emergency situation with nothing but your own thoughts, which is always fun. Or if you're like, oh, I'm injured or I need to learn how to sew real quick or do a haircut, there's guides on all that. You can find them. A lot of open source PDFs and some people resort to downloading them illegally and stealing them and violating copyright because their own safety is at hand. I cannot comment on that. The next thing is firewood. Didn't really feel like dragging that in here, but who doesn't love that? Even if they don't have a fireplace, if they can legally burn in their area, put some stones up, if that's legal. In my area, it's got to be above the ground and stuff. They don't really enforce it, but I did do that. Those are very expensive. I mean, like, we're talking $100 to $200 for like a metal thing, a little circle thing. But, if they have one or if they just want an emergency, because in an emergency, who's going to care? Just a stack of firewood that they could put somewhere. In their garage, out back, put it by the fence, whatever, if they already have bulk firewood, but they're like, not that into splitting it or physical, limitations, offer to split it for them. Another cool one is just like a nice, simple, cheap, waterproof container. I've seen better ones than this, but this one's all right. I mean, look at just the stuff here. What would water destroy here? Probably a third of it. Another thing, I'll be honest, I actually don't have this, is one of those folded, like, bladed shovels with, like, the serrations on one side, usually military surplus, really nice tools. Really, any hand tools are pretty good. Who doesn't need more paracord? And the answer is probably any prepper. So, if you just look at like, top 12 list of gifts for preppers, you're just going to get all the stuff they already had. That's why I wanted to make this video. So if you appreciate the stuff I picked out for this and the budget involved, free to cheap, leave a big ol' like on the video. I do keep it cheap on this channel. So you're in the right place if you are not rich, or if you are and just don't like wasting money. So hey, thanks for watching everybody. Have a very Merry Christmas and I'll see you guys next time.